Hello everyone, and welcome to this board game overview video for Kingdom Death Monsters, White Lions, Hunt Events, and Showdown Setup. In this video, I will be covering the specific hunt events, these cards, that can happen with the White Lion, as well as its setup for the hunt, and I will be covering the setup for the Showdown, including which terrain you will be getting specifically for it, and other things like that. This will not be covering the differences based on level outside the setup for the hunt, as that will all be covered in the AI deck video. But with that said, let's get to everything up close. First off, we have the hunt setup locations. So, the big things to note here are not only the fact that the level 2 White Lion immediately starts after Overwhelming Darkness, the level 3 starts just before Starvation. And you end up having to, no matter what, assuming you don't get a event that starts the fight early, you have to go through at least 2 special hunt events. There's a third one here, and this is usually the only other one I put down besides those first 2 when hunting a level 1, and then 2 more over here. Now, on to those special hunt events themselves. So, here they are. There's 8 of them in total, so even if you're hunting a White Lion all the way to the back of the hunt board, you'll only end up doing 5 of them. And our first one is Aromatic Breeze. The hungry lion sniffs the survivor's musk on the wind. Move the White Lion 1 space towards the survivors on the hunt board. If this moves into the survivor's space, the White Lion ambushes the survivors. And because this is one of the first capabilities of ambush coming up, it explains here what that is. If the White Lion ambushes the survivors, skip their first turn. So the monster gets 2 turns in a row. Terrain can override this, such as Monster Corpse. And the number of times I've had that happen after slaying the White Lion Cub, which we'll see here as one of these cards, and then Monster Corpse to come up is just hilarious after rolling the ambush result, I should say. Regardless, roll in the random hunt event, assuming the fight didn't start. Now, this can be useful in the sense of fighting a level 2. It gets you to skip Overwhelming Darkness, which, if you don't have Song of the Brave, can still be a pain in the ass. Next, we have Lion in Heat. The darkness is filled with unearthly screeching and yowling. Huddled together, the survivors close their eyes, but cannot sleep. All survivors suffer 1 brain event damage. It is not per level, and this is the first time event damage is coming up in my videos. Event damage is damage that can destroy your armor, remove your insanity, cause light and heavy wounds, but can never cause you to roll on a table by taking a severe wound. Then we have Lion Sculpture. I personally like this one. A crudely arranged effigy stands before the survivors, decorated with small metal trinkets, human fingers, and stuffed with dried tall grass. Their quarry's sculpture confounds the survivors. The survivors gaze at the arrangement, attempting to glean the substance of the White Lion's bizarre inhuman intelligence. Each survivor gains +1 understanding and +1 insanity. Roll on the random hunt event table regardless. This one's really nice when you have somebody that has 2 understanding and it's your first event, and then Marked Territory, which is one of the later cards here, is your following card, assuming you haven't unlocked Ammonia. Speaking of Marked Territory, the White Lion has marked this area. If any survivor has 3+ understanding, they realize the area is covered in ammonia. If they have not innovated it yet, the survivor's settlement gains the ammonia innovation. Roll on the random hunt table. So this is just a way to get ammonia for free. This has no other use except like, hey, it's a card you didn't have to suffer bad effect from, but most of the White Lion hunt event cards are not bad overall. Next up is Prowling Lion. While the survivors stalk the White Lion, the monster hunts something else. Move the White Lion 1 space away from the survivors on the hunt board in pursuit of its prey. The White Lion starts the showdown with ground fighting in play. Build the AI deck normally. Now, I have always assumed that when it says start with such and such in play, it takes the place of one of those AI cards of its level. This is also not only this event, but ground fighting in general, which I will cover more in my AI deck video, is the reason you want to build bone darts early on or have some sort of range weapon. Then we have Sea of Golden Grass. Fields of golden grass lay ahead. The event revealer may choose to avoid the plains and roll twice on the hunt event table before moving on the hunt board. Otherwise, each survivor gains +1 courage, and the event revealer rolls on the table. So before I start reading off the table, this is one of the times that you'll see the event revealer makes the choice for the entire group, not the event revealer makes a choice for their own effect. On the plus side, if they choose to go in, regardless of how good or bad that can be, everybody does get 1 courage, not just the event revealer. So you roll a d10, which this card doesn't say, but it's pretty obvious. This does actually happen a few times in the core game. 1 through 3. Their quarry was stalking in the grass. Begin the showdown immediately. Monster ambushes the survivors. Again, that means it gets 2 turns to start. 4 through 7. The survivors circle the tall grass. Lost. Roll on the hunt event table before moving on the hunt board. This is still a better result than making the choice to not go, because you're only rolling once instead of twice, and you still got the courage. And 8 through 10. You pick up the lion's trail. Choose to move the white lion 1 space forward or 1 space backwards on the hunt event board. Again, another way of skipping Overwhelming Darkness against the level 2 white lion. Then one of the more repeatably useful hunt event cards from the white lion. Scratching Grounds. Claw marks scar the ground. The survivors may choose to investigate. Each survivor that investigates gains +1 courage on the table. 1 through 3. Sifting through the rubble. A shifting stone crushes the survivor's hand. The survivor suffers 1 event damage to their arm location. Could be worse. And again, it's 1, not the monster's level. 4 through 8. Nothing happens. You still gain a courage. And lastly, 9 and 10. A prize in the rubble underfoot. Gain 1 Lion Claw White Lion resource. If no one investigates, roll on the random hunt table. So, if somebody's already got some arm damage from something, I don't recommend this. If somebody's got armor, I highly recommend this, because at least 1 person should go so you don't have to roll on the hunt table. Unless that's what you want to do, and sometimes that is. Lastly, one of the most contentious hunt event cards. Although, really, this one's an easier choice than the Antelope's equivalency. White Lion Cub. The survivors find a white lion cub. They may choose to slay the cub. If they do, each survivor gains 1 random basic resource, not white lion resource. The event revealer rolls on the table below. 1 through 3, the mother lion appears. Overcome with grief, she attacks. The white lion starts the showdown with enrage in play. Build the AI deck normally. Again, I assume that counts as 1 of the cards. As a note, this ends up one of the more semi-comical moments of the fuzzy grind, and being able to rip off the lion's testes is still possible with the female mother. It's also really bad because she starts with enrage. Hey, guess what? I'm doing 3 damage on each attack. 4 through 7. The father lion shows up. Begin the showdown immediately. 8 through 10. Nothing happens. If you spare the cub, roll on the random hunt event table. So, a couple things of note with this. 1, this is a great way for skipping a lot of the hunt phase. If you're hunting a level 2 or a level 3, it is 1 resource per survivor. So, that does mean if you've lost survivors, you don't get 1 for ones you've lost. And if you're playing with more than 4 survivors, such as the 5 or 6 player variant, they still get 1 themselves each. And note, in either case of being attacked, you are not ambushed. The enrage would be a little risky on a level 2 or a level 3, but also it is possible to remove it as it is a mood. Now, on to the setup of the White Lion. So, the basic setup is still the same as the prologue, and note, this setup is not used for the prologue, with the fact that the monster starts in the middle and your survivors start any spaces that are 6 spaces away from the monster itself. The big difference is, you get 3 terrain cards, with Tall Grass being one of them, plus 2 random cards. Tall Grass, for a reminder, is if you're standing in it, when attacked, gain +2 evasion, and as an action, basically hide. Keep in mind, that still doesn't remove it if you ripped off its balls.
Alright everyone, I hope this was helpful. If it was, feel free to press the like button. If you think this will help somebody else, feel free to share this video. Either way, it will help this video get seen more. If this video wasn't helpful, go ahead and press the dislike button. I won't mind, but please leave a constructive comment as to why. Also, feel free to comment in general. And if you want to see more like this, be it more board game overview videos, my painting videos, or my unboxing videos, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.